everyone, it's Jen on the go with another Instacart video. Happy Sunday, everyone. Today is the first Sunday in August, thank goodness. It is August 2nd, 2020, and thank you so much for clicking on this channel. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. Well, all of you are new because I just pretty much started this channel a couple weeks ago. So I'm grateful, I'm thankful. I have 100 subscribers, maybe a couple over. Unbelievable. So thank you so much. That just tells me there's a little interest in what I have to say. I know there are a lot of you seasoned Instacarters out there. And so I appreciate your support too. You're probably well beyond my skill set, but I thank you for being here. And I'm a true believer that we can all learn from each other. So thank you for subscribing. Thanks for a thumbs up, or I say a thumbs down, but at least tell me why. And a comment, because I really enjoy all of your comments, and I do answer all of them in time. I do. I just finished my last couple of responses to the comments that were just left to me today, I think, or last night. So thank you. Please subscribe, like, comment, the whole thing. Okay, I did it. I made my goal. My goal was $1,000 this week on Instacart. As some of you may know by seeing my other videos that I've made, I've been having a tough go with Instacart. A couple struggles and even some struggles this week. But you know what? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I've learned a lot. I decided to persevere anyway. I do believe in the platform. We are all visitors on their platform, so we just have to take what we can get. And if we don't like something, we need to change it. They don't owe us anything. I'm just happy and privileged to be able to have made as much money as I did this week. So I made $1,000. My goal was $150 a day. It did not happen, so I had to make a little more on different days. A couple shenanigans happened to me. True story. Oh, first, I got to show you my goal. I have to show you what I made so that you guys believe me. So I made this week, well, can you see that? Just in case you can't, $1,012.49. And I actually finished that goal by 10 a.m. this morning. So I'm great. So once I hit my goal, then I can relax and get ready for the new week. But if you break that down to the current week, Monday I made $163, Tuesday $168, Wednesday $111, Thursday $136, Friday $113, Saturday $172. I'm leaving the change off. And then today, Sunday, August 2nd, $146. I could have kept going, to be honest, today because a lot of batches were popping up, but I didn't because I'm happy with that goal. I want to save my energy for this coming up week. But anyway, I did it. My rating, as I explained to you guys on my last video, is under 5. I actually had 4 stars in the past 2 weeks that were given to me for reasons that I couldn't control. And that tanked my rating. It brought me down to a 4.92, I think, at the lowest. So when that happens, you don't see batches because the 5-star shoppers are gifted with the best batches. And I call them, we get the sloppy second. So instead of griping about it, which I did for a little bit, I had to lick my wounds, I decided to be proactive and do whatever I had to do to fix it and to make it better. So I just went harder at it and I went more strategic and I had to humble myself. And when I saw the people with the other shoppers with heaped carts and realized they were getting high batches, I just had to be okay with that. And, just say, hey, good job. That batch looks like it's paying you well. By the way, the lighting here, sorry, I hate when people talk about their lighting, but I'm yellow and then I'm white, and it's because I'm an amateur here, so sorry. This is what I have. When it comes in and out, you'll know that's just the lighting. It's kind of cloudy here today, and I have a ring light ahead of me just to brighten it up a bit, so that's that. So if you tell me in the comments below my lighting sucks, I know. I definitely know. So the rating, because of that rating, I had to take a ton of triple batches, which are the worst. I can't stand them. I can do them. I just don't like them. They get confusing. And then when the checker starts talking to you and, I don't know. I just get confused a lot. So I decided to take as many of those as I could and to get 5 stars because even though it's one batch, each customer in that triple batch has the ability to rate you. And so if I did 2 triple batches, that's 6 5-stars potentially. I'm not saying I got the 6 5-stars, but it helps. So I did a lot of that. I did a lot of traveling around where I normally wouldn't have. Having said that, I'm not going to ever lose money. So I'm not going to take a batch that isn't worth my while. Although Friday, I got to tell you a story real quick about Friday. And if you're bored, I'm sorry, but I'm just human. And I think you guys can relate to me because I'm just trying to make a buck. There's always something that happens, but I'm telling you this because you're not alone. It's frustrating. And sometimes when you're out there karting and a little thing happens, you feel like it's seriously the end of the world. I don't know. It's probably because you put your all into it. And when things happen, you take it personally. So I'm sharing these things with you so that you can let me know in the comments what has happened to you. Other people can learn from it. There's safety in numbers. You know that you're not alone. You're not out on an iceberg by yourself. And sometimes you do feel like that. So, that was a mouthful. So I had to do a lot of hustling this week. I hustled hard. I got up, and I told you guys last week to try this, and it worked for me every single day. I got up earlier than usual and was ready to go by 6:30 a.m. Yesterday, the batches started showing up at 6:40 a.m. The grocery stores don't even open until 7 a.m. where I am, so I just was on that. So I was able to get a lot of the chunk of my goal early, and then it slows down because we're penalized if we're not at a 5-star. So when I tell you I had to hustle, I had to hustle. This job is not for the lazy. The money's not gonna land on your lap. You gotta go get it. I love it. I love to grocery shop. I love to provide service. That's what I do. So I get a kick out of the hustle, and I'm sure you guys do too. Otherwise, you wouldn't do this. You would be doing online customer service or something like that. Where was I going with this? So I had to take all these triple batches and double batches, but I did it. This happened Friday. Listen, it was hard. I got the $1,000. I could have been more, but it's better than I did last week, especially because I had a 4.92 rating. And everyone out there is saying, you will not see batches with that low rating. You are not going to make money. But I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. Now, again, every area is different. I'm fortunate. I am in an area that I have access to a lot of communities around my community. So if you are in a very rural community or an area that is not lucrative for you, then you need to drive around until you find one. And I know that works because when I just did a road trip back to Chicago a few months ago, I always kept my app open and I saw the batches popping up. It just depends where you go. So you just have to experiment. And it's not going to land in your lap. You got to go get it. Friday, this happened to me. True story. Sharing this with me. I saw a batch at 7 a.m. I swiped on it first. It was a single batch, $70 for 40 items, but the customer was tipping high, so I was all over that bad boy. Only about 6 miles to the destination, and then the drop-off was about 3 miles. That's easy. I can do that in an hour with my eyes closed. So took the batch. Now I always navigate anyway, just to make sure. I was navigating on my way to the location to accept the batch, and this happened. The whole Verizone network went dark. The whole thing shut down. Verizon service outage happened Friday. I thought it was my phone. I'm like, oh, that's weird. My phone stopped, and then I went back to the app. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not loading. Panicked a little bit. Still continued to the grocery store. So excited to finally get a good batch because I've been doing triples and doubles all week. So I get to the grocery store. There's nothing. I try to make a phone call to see what's up. My phone, did I not pay my bill? What's up? So the phone, I could not make a call. I could not accept calls. Luckily, there was a Verizon store in iShop kitty corner. Oh, I tried to walk into the grocery store. All the doors were closed. I'm like, this is am I on Stranger Things? What the hell is happening? So I went to Verizon. Sure enough, there was a line of cars parked up doing what I was doing because they were like contractors trying to get to the locations. Navigation's shut down. The system just stopped, and it stopped for 3 hours. So I sat there for about 10 minutes just trying to, like, what do I do? What do I do? I have a batch ready to go. I couldn't get a hold of Instacart. I have no access to phone. Nobody did. Like, you couldn't even borrow somebody's phone, and I would have done that. So I drove another 15 miles. I believe that's how far out the shortage was, or the outage. Like, what course this happened to me. Of course it happened to me. Of course it did, on a $70 batch. I'm like, no. So I finally get to where I had service a half an hour later. And my batch was gone. So I contact support and I said, hi, this is blah, blah. This is what just happened to me. I actually pulled up the Verizon outage report that was on the website of Verizon, and it was on the news already, like outage where I was. I got a cancellation. So the customer support, I went through 2 of those, and they said, I'm sorry, I will look into this. I will send you to Trust and Safety, blah, 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 blah. Canned. And I'm like, listen, all I'm trying to tell you is I didn't cancel this batch. I understand that it had to go away. I get that, but why? I did not cancel this batch. This was an outage, and I'm sure it's happened to other shoppers. 2 cancellations. That's my second one, out of my control. So I'm telling you this because this happens. It's part of the gig economy, and now I get it because I'm used to maybe having a little more control. There is no control when you're doing this. We are at everyone's mercy, including Verizon. Who would have thought that would have happened? I'm like, could you have done this like a half an hour earlier? Like, I felt so bad. I do not cancel batches. So now I have a 2% cancellation rate. And the other day I was explaining to you why you shouldn't cancel, because you need to save those for emergencies. Like, I already have a 2% rate and I did not cancel either batches. So imagine if I canceled, if I was already at 13% and then this happened. You guys, just be really careful. So this did happen after the 3rd chat support person. I did give up because the last person I spoke with at Instacart said, don't worry, we will make this better. I'm going to give you a $10 bump, and I'm going to put Trust and Safety in touch with you, and you will receive an email by the end of the day. I didn't. And you guys, you know what? Again, I'm not griping, but be careful where you put your energy. It's not going to work. It doesn't matter. You won't get anywhere unless you get lucky sometimes. And some of you are telling me in the comments below, you do get lucky sometimes, but I wasn't going to go there. Because remember the week before, I spent a whole day fighting ridiculously so to no avail. So same thing. So anyway, that happened. I lost that batch. So then immediately when I finally got another batch, I saw it was a $50 Costco order, and I just swiped on it really quick and then got there and all was well until I got in the car and the drop-off was 30 miles away. I'm like, are you kidding me? Wasn't easy. My point is it wasn't easy, but I'm learning a lot. So I did the 30 miles. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to listen to a podcast and just sit here and drink a Diet Coke and all will be well. And it was. So things happen that are out of our control. I get that, but just try not to, we have to take it with a grain of salt. So that happened to me, 2% cancellation. On another note, this is a positive Instacart note, you guys. I don't know if you know this, but when I went to look at my How Am I Doing app yesterday, first of all, great news. 2 of my stars, 4 stars dropped off. So now I'm down to 2 4 stars. I'm so excited. So my rating actually just went up to a 4.96. So it's getting there. So all the triple batches that you have to do when you're on a lower rating are worth it because they will fall off eventually. I'm not saying every triple batch is going to be smooth because they're tricky, but it helped me this week tremendously. And then another thing I was going to say, here's the good news about Instacart. So if you work hard, go for the triples, you're going to get those 4 stars erased. You just have to start over and just play the game and just be better at it. Be better at it. Be picky regarding what areas, because I was still, even though I did the triples, I was still very careful where I selected, except for that long schlep. Anyway, if you notice on your app, if you go to your app, somebody brought this to my attention and I didn't even pay attention to it yesterday, but I'm still not at a perfect rating. I'm well below a 5-star. And now it says I'm sorry, I need to edit so you guys aren't bored. Now, how am I doing? Now I'm at, a 4.97. But guess what? It says I'm above average. Your rating is above average. Keep it up. So you guys, Instacart has definitely changed the rating system skill. Because when I was at a 4.97 when I started 2 weeks ago, it said I was below average, and I did a video about that because I said, really? I'm below average for 1/4? What? Because one of the cherries was smashed or the asparagus tips? No. And whatever's happening, Instacart is listening. And I don't know who they're listening to. I know there was a petition going around. I believe Instacart dude was talking about a petition, which I didn't sign. I still would though. Talking about that there needs to be a change, and he wanted to send this to Instacart so that they would listen about the ratings. Anyway, 4.97 is now considered above average, and that was my whole point. I'm like, we make one little mistake, or a customer is angry that they're out of apples, and we're penalized for that. So that's great news. So you guys, this happened yesterday. So I woke up with a 4.97 yesterday. Said my average was below. No, I'm above average now. I'm above average. So you probably are too. Great news. And you know what? Batches, I'm seeing them. So I don't know if it's just a fluky thing or what, but today, 6:45, $70 batch. Except I did that one, and that was at my favorite store, a single batch. Then the next one was $60. So I really did well today, just staying right where I like to stay because it's safe. Safe meaning the customers aren't going to scam you. And maybe it's because now a less than 5-star is considered above average. So this is great news. So Instacart, if you did this, thank you for listening to your best shoppers out there, because we believe in customer service and we provide a great quality service. We are your ambassador. So thank you so much. So this tells me that there's a little wiggle room now. So if there is a mistake, that a grape is smashed or a customer is angry that they didn't have everything in, now you have a little bit of breathing room, and that made me happy. And because since I went above average 2 days ago, I'm definitely noticing a difference in the batches. That's all I wanted to say about that. So yay, that is great news. Thank you, Instacart. So let's keep it up. Every day you wake up though, it's a new day. Who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. But some of the things I've implemented to ensure that I get a 5-star rating now, and there's no such thing as an insurance, but it just helps. So you just really have to go like extra to get a 5-star, because when you're at 5 stars or at least above average, you're gonna make more money, whatever your goal is. Like you can go back to making $2,000 a week, and that's a great income. So here's what I've started doing. I was always against, okay, this is what helps me in the field be fast, efficient, and just keep it together. I stay really focused. So what I did is I bought myself a fanny pack. I used to be against those because I thought, ooh, but I bought one and it has changed my game big time. So here's my cute fanny pack. Isn't it cute? I bought this at Five Below. Shut up, it was $5. Really cute. So it's just a square, so it's kind of modern and not an ugly one. So here's what helps me here's what I put in my fanny pack so I'm efficient, especially with you guys, the triple batches. And I had to do so many, and I was so sick of getting confused. And I would put like one in a paper, one in a plastic. But now this has really helped me, and I hope it helps you too. So first of all, what's in my fanny pack? Here's what it is. So I always keep here's what I keep, my power, what is this called? My phone charger, whatever. My remote phone charger. Gotta have your hand sanitizer, never without that, you never know. I can clean this out in a minute. An extra mask. This is an ugly one, but this is just an emergency backup, and it's really small, so I can crunch it in. Of course, my Instacart card. I keep this here. I used to keep it with my own debit card, but too often I almost made a close call and swiped with my own card. Thank God I didn't, because I heard it's very hard to get reimbursed if you do that. So I keep it separate, and I have a cute glitter thing. I got this at Five Below too. Okay, this is what I'm getting to. And any fanny pack will work. So I'm hands-free, and then my phone slides in here too. And I remember when I told you when I first started doing YouTube, I bought a phone lanyard. I bought it and I returned that the same day I bought it because it was so heavy on my neck, and every time I bent over it would like hit something, and I'm like, that did not work for me. So my phone goes in here when I'm not using it. It's perfect, and it's square and it's cute. So I feel like I look cute when I have this on. Okay, so this is the big thing. When I am doing triple batches, I now use the Post-it note system. I always have 3 different colors. I got these at the Dollar Tree, so they're really cheap, and they came in a big stack. So I just kind of dwindle the stacks down a little bit. Green, orange, pink, ABC. So when I am putting my groceries in the cart, these, you should see my cart. It is loaded with Post-it notes. They're cheap, and you don't mind using them. When I check out, after the first batch, I put in A in the top of every single bag, and I stick it on an item so it's not falling off. You guys, this has changed my mental state, because it's really, how many times have you done a triple batch and you're like, oh God, I forgot, did this go A or B? And again, that one mix-up, that can actually get you deactivated if you don't show up to the customer's house with their item. So this changed my speed, changed my everything. It took away my anxiety, and I'm the biggest advocate on just get rid of your anxiety, right? So this helps. So ABC, put these sticky notes on in every bag on something that it's going to stick to. And then of course, when I'm dropping off A, I take the sticky notes out. Same thing with B, same thing with C. It's gonna change your life. I always also carry a Sharpie. I have all these fun colors. Sharpies for days. I always have Sharpies. I'm addicted to them anyway. And that really, you guys, it's so helpful. You have no idea. Even with your A and your B batch, it just eases your mind, because I'm tired of the stress of doing these. And I know, you guys, it's ridiculous to say this is stressful, but you know, when you're doing triple batches, you know when it's stressful. You feel me? So ABC, try it. It works. Dollar Tree. You can't afford not to do this from the Dollar Tree. Now, another thing what I've started doing this week with these Post-it notes, I will take a fun color and a fun Sharpie, and every single batch I did this week, I wrote a personalized note on a Sharpie. Can't see this glare is really jacking up, but I just wrote a personalized note, and it always says the same thing. Thank you, Barb, or thank you, Karen, especially the Karens. Thank you, Karen, exclamation point. Hope, or I just say, thank you, Karen, stay safe, and I always put a heart in my name. All that does is humanizes you, and when they see that note, that handwritten note, they might say, oh, that was nice. And when they go and do that rating, they might think of that note. And it's just, you guys, it's a nice touch. And since that, I haven't had a bad rating. So I'm not sure that it does work. Oh, very important, because this is against Instacart's policy. Under no circumstances are you to ever ask for a tip. First of all, it's bad practice. You don't do that anyway. I mean, you don't provide a service based on that. And I know that a lot of you might argue that, but you don't. You're doing your job. Yes, customer service is important to you, but it's almost like, it's just bad. It's bad etiquette. It's really in bad taste to do that. Number one. Number two, it's against Instacart's policy. So what you can't do is say, hi, can you please give me a 5-star? Some people will say, and I follow the Instacart America Facebook group, and a lot of people, there's a lot of debate over this, but I'm like, you never ask for a tip. That's tacky. That's tacky. If you're doing everything right and you just say, thanks, stay safe, love Jen, love whoever you are, that's all you need to do. Careful, if you solicit a rating, you might not get the rating you want. Number two is, it puts the customer in an awkward situation, and that alone could give you a bad rating. Thirdly, it's against Instacart's policy to ask for ratings. Oh, back to my story. So on Facebook, one person said, oh, I had professional note cards made up and stickers, and it says, thank you from your Instacart shopper, and please rate me. Here's the star system. And you guys, no, don't do that. This is all you need. Plus, handwritten is always the way to go. It's old-fashioned and it's sweet. And it looks like you just did it in the car real quick, and I like that. It doesn't look so planned out. So try that. It worked for me. I'm not getting anyone in trouble. I'm not breaking a rule. I'm just thanking the customer what I would do anyway. But just please do not ask for a rating. There is a difference. Definitely don't do that. So those are my tips to make your batches go quickly with these Post-it notes. And maybe somebody else is already doing it, but I had to fix something because I was going crazy. Even when everything's in the bag, you're like, okay, he goes on back, top B, no. So this is easy. You guys, trust me, try it, it's easy. Another thing I carry in my fanny pack, this is the last thing, and a chapstick, are rubber bands, and I also got these at the Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, I cannot take the credit for this. This is all Instacart, dude. I like him. I watch his videos. I think he's funny. And he has a lot of great tips. So if you don't know who he is, just search Instacart dude on YouTube and he'll pop up. But he suggested bringing rubber bands that I got at the Dollar Tree. And what these are for, you ask? You know, when you get your blueberries and your produce and your, what else? Strawberries. Blueberries especially, though, and they're in those plastic things. They always pop open. If you just simply rubber band it, it just shows that you paid attention and you care, and it keeps everything tight. So I've done this all week, and it has helped. Guess what else I started doing? Again, when we get a bad rating or a 4-star rating, I did last week for the asparagus. One of the asparagus tips was broken. Kid you not, try this. Asparagus is very fragile. It's expensive. It's usually $5 for a fresh bundle. People right now, I mean, their money, they need to know that their money matters. So I have been taking the baggies that you get. I don't have any on me, but you know, just the produce baggies, and I've been triple wrapping the tips. You guys saved my game. Triple wrap. The bags are free because they're just at the grocery store. Carefully 3 times around, and then I take a rubber band and I secure it so it just protects those tips, and then I put it in another bag. Little things like that, you guys, that goes. It's such a great tip, and it really does protect the asparagus. And I would appreciate that if someone came with groceries to my door with asparagus. I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes, perfect. Those things will help you to get a good tip. Not that you no. Forget about the tip. Yes, a tip too, but not that you're looking for the tip. You're just trying to preserve your rating. And even if they don't leave you a 5-star, the goal here is for them not to leave you a 4-star, because you need to make your money, because you've got stuff to do and things to save for. And this is how a lot of people are just putting their food on the table. So try that rubber band theory with the baggies around your asparagus head, but just definitely put a rubber band around all your containers. That helps. I was just thinking of good ways to help you get those 5 stars. So that's what's in my fanny pack and the Post-it notes. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and to let you know, if I can do it, you can do it. I dropped a couple 4 stars. I'm thrilled. I still have 2 more to go. It might take a while, but at the same time, I'm so excited that Instacart now considers us at a less than 5-star rating above average. Now, I don't know where that threshold cuts off, so we have reason to be positive today. So that is a win for the Instacart shoppers. Again, you know my theory, if you're not happy, change it. You should be multi-apping. You should be looking at other opportunities. I am looking at other opportunities. I did sign up for Shipped, and I did the application and the whole interview thing. And I was accepted. I got all my stuff. I haven't done one yet because I look at the orders and I'm thinking, these don't look as lucrative, but then I realize the tips aren't in there. But I'm excited to kind of dabble in that. And I'll let you know how that goes. And another thing that I am researching now and I signed up for is dumpling. And I want to talk more about that in a different video because it's not for everyone. It's like starting your own business, but I truly believe that if you're doing this, there's something about it you like. I'm excited to get this going, and I will share with you as I go through the process how I'm doing, because I'm pretty driven when it comes to, making things happen. Exactly, because I did my 1,000 with the icky rating, so I'm excited. Anyway, I hope this motivated you. I hope this gave you just a tip on how to drop off the 4 stars or what you can do to secure those 5 stars. Because you guys, it's tough. Customers are, some of them are nasty. And I don't expect anyone to give me a 5-star, but just don't give me a 4. And these things will help you, especially those triple batches where it's easy to mix them up. So just try the Post-it notes, try the fanny pack, be prepared. And that's why I carry the fanny pack, because of the Post-it notes. Because I can't be, what would I put everything? So you've got to do it. Five Below. Cutest ones I've ever seen. This one rivals the Lululemon one, and I was at Lululemon the other day, and it was $40, and it looks just like it, except for it just doesn't have the Lululemon logo, but I don't care. So that's all I had to say about that. I received a comment on one of my videos, and I thought this is a great idea. She said, hey, it'd be cool to talk about what your craziest customer story was, or do you have a funny customer story? So I thought this would be kind of fun. In the comments below, if you could please let me know what your craziest customer story is. Because again, sometimes we feel so alone and isolated. And when you tell, I tell my family I do Instacart and they don't get it. They're like, why, what? Like, you guys get it. And you know how much effort we put in and how we sweat and carry and lift and lug. And then when you have a silly customer or a mean customer, you feel like, okay, I'm not losing my mind, right? So it's like we're co-workers here. So it's kind of fun to share those stories. So I thought that was a great idea. Thank you so much for suggesting that. So I'm going to kick it off right here. I don't really have a mean customer story. I try to be so nice that I think that diverts the people being mean. And another thing, I try not to see customers. I just want to like get them on the porch and go. Can't do that in every case. But this true story, I did a delivery a couple weeks ago, and it broke my heart. I went to like an assisted living, it wasn't like in a facility, but it was in an assisted living area. So this woman definitely had her own unit. Delivered her groceries. Of course, she came out and she said, and I said, where would you like these? And she's like, there's fine. She's like, hold on one moment. I have to go get you something. And I was like, score. She's going to give me a tip. I didn't want her to because I know it was like lower income housing. It was just sweet that she went in to get me something. You guys, she walks out and she couldn't have been all but 4'9" with a big, huge silver toaster oven. And she said, I want you to have this. And I was like, oh, true story. And she broke my heart literally. And I said, oh, you know what? Per Instacart's policy, you are so sweet. I am not allowed to accept gifts for tips. I said, I'm so sorry. And plus that looks brand new. I can't take your toaster oven. She's like, I just want you to have it, honey. And that was kind of bizarre, right? But I figured it out later. I'm like, no, she wanted me to dump it for her probably. So I did feel sorry for it at first, but yeah, that was kind of crazy, kind of funny. I had my nerve thinking she's going to give me a $5 bill, and it was a toaster oven. But I thought that was funny. Probably not that funny, but what the heck? So, by the way, I don't know what Instacart's policy is about people tipping you in gifts, but I certainly didn't want her toaster oven. But what happened to you? You guys have any crazy stories where like customers were mean or over the top generous or nice? Or I don't know. I've probably not been doing it long enough to get the crazy stories, but if you could let me know, that'd be great. In the meantime, you guys, I hope you made your goal this week. I know some areas are harder than others. I'm just saying keep it up. There's so much going on with Instacart, and it's so frustrating, and the ratings are frustrating. But I believe there might be a little hope today because you probably noticed you're above average at a less than 5-star, which is great because you are above average, no matter what. And never forget that. So we're all in this together. I appreciate everyone's support and your comments and your kindness. That's my thing. Just be nice. We have to be nice because there's so much, meanness in the world, and I don't want to be a part of that at all. So if I helped you in any way, let me know. Let me know what you do to separate your triple batches. Again, we have to take them. There's a goal, and I have in mind a financial goal I need to meet, and I'm going to meet it, and I'm not going to let these little ratings get me down. So I'm going to stop talking right now, and I'm going to come back tomorrow or the next day, maybe Tuesday. I'm going to set another goal. I'm going to let you know what that is. I don't know yet because of the rating system. I can run higher on a higher than average rating system. So I'm going to process all my goals tonight and be in touch with you guys tomorrow. And that's it for now. Let me know what's up with you. I do care about you guys. I really do. I think you're sweet. So thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing if you haven't, and for the thumbs up, and for anything else you want to say. I'm here. I'm Jen on the go. Just trying to make some Jen on the go, trying to make some dough. That's a good one. So I'm excited about all these other business ventures that I'm going to try. Let me know if you do Shipt. I'm hearing mixed things about it. Yeah, a lot of people love it. They said they like it more than Instacart. So let me know what your thoughts are about that. So that's all I have to say about that. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday or Tuesday, whatever day you're watching this. I will be in touch, of course. You do the same. And you guys have a great week. Talk to you later.